Hi, and welcome to this live reading from The Orange Forest Rabbit Mysteries by Lois Wickstrom and Lucrecia Darling. And this is presented by Itsy Bitsy Book Bits. The Mystery of the Missing Meteor Field Carrots. Chapter 1, Blue Fireball. Gregory, the Orange Forest Rabbit, couldn't sleep. His bright pink eyes searched the night sky through the tiny gap between the curtains. Just darkness and a few dots of stars. He slipped out from under his warm covers. Cool night air made his skin tingle as he hopped to the window and opened the curtains wide. Light from the crescent moon made his freshly brushed orange fur sparkle. Suddenly, a blue fireball dashed over the treetops. "Jennifer, wake up! You've got to see this!" "What is it?" asked Jennifer, hopping up beside him at the window. She was slightly smaller than her husband, with the same pink eyes. In the moonlight, her light brown fur appeared to be almost blonde, and the orange spot on the back of her neck shined luxuriously. "It doesn't look like anything I know," replied Gregory. Pierre lifted his head from Gregory's furry orange robe where he had been nestling. His perky ears, one brown and one white, grazed the ceiling. "It's time to enlarge the house again," he bragged. "I've been growing. I get to dig." Then he crouched down and pushed his boxy brown nose out of their bedroom window. "It doesn't smell like anything I know." He tilted his ears toward the window. "And it doesn't sound like anything I know." He wagged his tail excitedly. Pierre was their pet pit bull puppy. When he first dashed into their cozy rabbit hole at the top of Sassafras Hill, he had been the same size they were. But ever since he'd been growing, and as he grew, he dug out more dirt to make their home bigger and bigger. The blue fireball zoomed closer and closer. "How beautiful," said Jennifer. Then a worried look crossed her face. I hope it doesn't hit our house or the carrot patch." The blue fireballs shattered into thousands of small blue spots, like a firecracker, glowing in the night sky, all falling to earth. "Oh, Gregory, they're landing near your warehouse," said Jennifer. "So they are," said Gregory. "I wonder if people would buy pieces of that fireball." Jennifer laughed. "Must you sell everything? You were such a silly rabbit sometimes." Gregory hugged her. "I love selling things, and so do you. After you design the marketing campaign for our new carrot cake, we can decide if we want to sell those blue fireballs." The blue sparks subsided to a dim blue glow in the distance. "I think the fire is over now," yawned Jennifer. "We can investigate in the morning. Let's go to bed." "I want to play with them," said Robespierre. "In the morning," said Jennifer. "Go to bed now." Robespierre obediently curled beside their bed, snuggling Gregory's furry orange robe against his head. While they slept, gentle rain fell in soothing drops on the hillside and the carrot fields below. The next morning, Gregory's first words were, "I can't wait to see those blue fireballs." Then he put on his neatly pressed orange suit and strapped on his orange motorbike helmet. "I'm off to investigate." "Me too," said Robespierre, wagging his stumpy tail. Jennifer said, "Not without eating some fresh, warm carrot cake first. How will I be able to convince our customers to eat it if you two go out of the house with an empty tummy?" Gregory bumped noses with his wife. "You just like to watch me eat." "And I like to help you sell things," Jennifer Rabbit bumped her husband's nose. Gregory had been thinking so much about those blue fireballs that he hadn't noticed the sweet smell of carrots, honey, and cinnamon that filled the kitchen. Jennifer heated up a dozen of their fresh new carrot cakes and set them on the breakfast table. She would need to taste and retaste the moist, warm confection before she could design a new advertising campaign to make Orange Forest Rabbit Carrot Cake the most popular cake in the world. Gregory and Robespierre each ate a whole carrot cake, and they each grabbed another one for lunch as they headed out the door. Gregory strapped his orange motorcycle helmet onto his head and then lifted the faceplate to take another nibble of delicious, mouth-watering, spicy carrot cake. Jennifer knew Gregory from the days when he was an ordinary brown rabbit. That was before he became a carrot farmer and refused to eat anything he hadn't grown himself. He ate so many carrots that he turned orange and became known as the Orange Forest Rabbit. Jennifer, said Gregory. He kissed her before lowering his faceplate again. Then he licked his lips to get the last of the carrot cake crumbs off his whiskers. I just know this cake will be an international bestseller. Gregory hugged his wife. Then he went out the kitchen door of his rabbit hole and kick-started his orange racing motorcycle. Robespierre used his larger dog door at the back of their home. Come on, Robespierre, called Gregory. His faithful puppy jumped into the orange trailer cart on the back of his motorbike and grabbed the safety bar. Sassafras Hill was the highest point. Below, carrot fields extended far into the horizon. It was early in the morning. The rising sun tinted the sky orange. Farmers were just getting started with the irrigation. The motorcycle roared across the carrot fields. There was something different about the air that morning. It was more than just the fresh earth smell after rain. The air smelled slightly metallic. A luminous, misty blanket permeated everything, but Gregory was more interested in finding the blue fireballs than in smelling the air. Chapter 2. Meteor Field Carrots. Stop, Mr. Rabbit, said Robespierre, sniffing the air. I smell something. Is this something good or something bad? Asked Gregory. I smell minerals from that fireball that we saw last night, said Robespierre. He jumped out of the cart and started sniffing around the field. Soon, he found a small, round, black stone. He picked it up in his teeth and brought it to Gregory, happily wagging his stumpy tail. Gregory took the stone in his paw and sniffed it. He didn't smell anything unusual. The stone was warm and damp. Otherwise, it smelled like an ordinary stone, but Gregory trusted Robespierre's nose because dogs have a better sense of smell than rabbits. Maybe it wasn't as ordinary as it seemed. The fireball we saw last night was blue. This stone is black. Gregory rolled the warm stone around between his paws. It was blue when it burned. Then the rain put out the fire. Robus dashed madly around the carrot field and picking up several more warm black stones. These weren't here yesterday, said Robespierre, and the only new thing that happened in the night was that pretty blue fireball. Gregory thumped his back left foot like he always did when figuring things out. He rolled the stone around on the ground, examining it from all sides. Black stone felt very hard and smooth. He picked it up and turned back and forth between his paws. In the sunlight, it had a metallic sheen. Then, he said, this stone had a blue fire. Wood has an orange fire. But after the fire, what's left is black. He paused. And nobody's going to want to buy small black stones. He thought a while. There had to be a way to make money from these stones. Then he said, these are not ordinary stones. These are meteor stones. This is not an ordinary carrot patch. This is a meteor field. Tourists might pay to see that. Meteor field carrots sound like money, said Robespierre happily. People will pay extra for the minerals. That's very good for business, said Gregory. I'll ask Jennifer to design a special label for them right away. Good, said Robespierre. Then both Robespierre and Gregory looked around the field. The harvesting crew was hard at work. Men and women, humans and rabbits in orange overalls and construction hats drove harvesting machines that picked and washed and bagged the beautiful orange carrots. Robespierre tilted his nose into the air. I smell more people than I see, said Robespierre. I don't see how you can count with your nose, said Gregory as he kick-started his motorbike engine. We're late for opening the warehouse. Let's get back on the road. There is somebody here that I can't see, insisted Robespierre. And that person is eating carrots. Who would hide in a carrot patch? Asked Gregory. Thieves, said Robespierre. Carrot thieves? Nonsense. Thieves steal jewels, not carrots. It's getting late. You really should listen to me, said Robespierre. I'm right. I'm always right. You're not stopping, said Gregory. He pulled back the throttle and leaned forward to reduce his wind resistance. Then he headed towards town like a furry orange ball zooming across the fields, down the roads, and up a hill towards his warehouse. His perfectly ironed orange suit flapped behind him, and Robespierre held on tightly to his safety bar. You will listen to me one day, said Robespierre. His tail curled under him as he sulked in the orange trailer cart. He refused to wear the faceplate on his helmet because it covered his nose and prevented him from smelling. A line of orange trucks with the Orange Forest Rabbits OFR logo were already waiting at the warehouse loading dock. As soon as the motorcycle came to a stop, Robespierre leaped out of his cart and ran to the nearby airport to oversee the packing of OFR's daily shipments. Gregory loped over to his warehouse. The plaque across the entrance read, "The Orange Forest Rabbit grows carrots in the Great Plains. He grows them on the sides of mountains. He grows them on the seashore. He even grows them in the cold wastelands of Greenland. And everywhere he grows them, they make customers happy. Nobody can buy just one bag. The carrots from the Great Plains are crunchy and sweet. The ones from the seashore are juicy and tart. The ones from the wastelands are bigger, softer, and taste a bit like apples. Whatever the flavor, the customers keep coming back for more." A taste tester wearing an official OFR apron with the OFR logo on it was waiting in Gregory's office, holding a freshly picked and freshly bitten curly carrot from the meteor field. He stood, scratched his tummy, and then said, "I wish to report that these curly carrots are maximally delicious. In fact, I would say they are your best yet." Gregory climbed up onto the platform in the middle of his office and sat at his specially made small desk. He always liked to look humans in the eye when he worked with them. And since he was only 15 inches tall, he had platforms built all over his warehouse to place him at their eye level. As soon as he was seated, he examined his carrot report file on his orange computer. His taste tester was right. These carrots were the best yet. Then he added a note to the file. "A meteor landed last night. It made the carrots curl. Meteor field carrots are distinctive." With the taste testers okay, Gregory was ready to send the curly carrots from the meteor field to the market, just like he did with all his other maximally delicious carrots, packed in orange crates with his picture and logo on every box. His wife Jennifer had designed both the picture and logo, and they won marketing awards for attracting the most customers. Robespierre bounded into Gregory's office. "Your warehouse staff is not on duty. Your carrots are gone, and there's no money in the till." He wagged his stumpy tail urgently.